So I'm harvesting fireweed, planning to make some fireweed jelly. Ideally, you don't harvest all from the same spot, so you find kind of a big patch. It's kind of a big patch here, fairly big. So you just grab some petals off of a couple of them. Make sure you don't get any bees. You need 8 cups of petals to make 1 batch of fireweed. So you just strip them like that. I just lost some. And I just walk around, make sure I don't grab them all from the same place. Kind of be respectful of nature and make sure there's enough for the bees to pollinate when they need to pollinate. And then I'll drive down the road and find another patch. Most people don't care, but it's pretty, so some people do. So you don't really want to take it all, but you grab some and you move on. I think that's probably it for this patch. And we'll go on down the road. So this is what we have for this spot right here. And I need about 4 times that.
Boy, a lot of bees in here. This is great to see.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're like pollinating like crazy. It's great.
Bees in Alaska don't have a whole lot of flowers to choose from.
I'm on a quest. I have my good flower picking shoes. So see this here? So these are a really pretty purpley pink in here. These little buds here on the top, these bloom into like a really fiery red at the end of the season, which is why they call it fireweed, because it just looks fire-like. So when that turns fiery red, we know that summer is almost over. I have a bee in my hair?
No, you got a big mosquito on your forehead.
Oh. It's as tall as it's taller than me. Well, there's a myth, there's an old wives' tale that the taller the fireweed, the taller the snow's going to be this season. So, I don't know, we'll see. I don't think I'm allergic to bees. Ooh, these are some happy bees too. I was grumpy this morning, but here I am, harvesting some fireweed, and it made me happy. So that's what brought me out here.
Look at the top of that one next to you. See the white fuzz on it?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. Ooh. Let's see.
Yeah, I got some over here. I was looking. Just make sure you don't grab that and put it in your flower.
Yeah.
See it right here? Look at this one.
Yeah, it's on this one too. I don't know what it is.
Look at this right here.
Yeah, I see it.
I don't know what causes that.
I don't know. I don't know that. Maybe it's like some kind of slug or something. It's weird. It's on a bunch of these.
If you know what causes this on the fireweed, please let us know in the comments, because we don't know. And that is picking fireweed flowers.
There's my harvest.
There's little tiny bugs. See the little bugs?
Yeah. They were on the other patch too. Today, well, we got a couple things on the agenda today. Today we are going to put some trim on the roof. The roof seems to be a never-ending project. But you know, you've got fishing to do, you've got guests to host, you've got other projects that come up. You've got weather that gets in the way. You've got adventures to go explore Alaska and all those things. So, easy dog. Do you want to put some trim on the roof?
Fascia trim. So this is going to go on the house right up here, slide underneath there. It's going to go all the way around and trim that wood out.
What's that, got like a coating on it or something?
It does. I got to pull all those off. So if you look at that, the wood is only 3/4 of an inch wide. So I came in 3/8 of an inch to make a hole, and I measured so that it would come in 1.5 inches on each end and be spaced 2 feet apart. And so this is my template.
Oh, this one's your template.
This is my template. Okay. Yeah. And it sits on the board over here. Okay, and then we slide this out here. And the wood gives you something to drill on. So I'll take one that hasn't been drilled. You put it on first, set this on top. Burp, burp, burp. That's the noise it makes. Okay. Then I take a piece of scrap. So as we can see in this corner up here, see, that's going to come together at a weird angle. So you got to put the scrap up in there and scribe it, cut it, fit it, get it all to where it's aligned up properly. And then you take it down onto one of your pieces that have been already drilled out, put it on there, draw your lines, cut things. When it goes up there, it'll fit nicely. This one might be cut off straight. This one will be scribed and then bent so that it goes underneath the other one, so there's no gaps there. I get to prep, and I get anxious to just put something up and actually make it happen. So that's what we're doing. I got a helper because I can't put it up there and hold that piece all the way down. It'll break. So I just need a little helper to hold that. It's real lightweight. It won't hurt. The hardest thing will be holding her hand above her head.
I'm a 4'11" helper.
This one will be scribed, marked, and then folded back so that one comes over the top of it.
Sounds genius. My father's not crazy. He's a genius.
There's red ones and green ones, depending on which side you want the nipper to go under.
Brian's what we call a trophy husband. Fixes things. Isn't that right?
I'm just always amazed at dinner parties or anytime you meet somebody new, the first thing they say is, "What do you do?" As if your occupation defines who you are. I think that will work. I just trim this here.
Totally. That's what I would.
You can watch all the YouTube stuff you want, but when you're out here doing it, you gotta just make it happen.
These are the ones that I don't have to do anything with. They just happen. These are my bleeding hearts. They're super pretty. I find that the ones that I don't touch do much better. Look at this, super pretty. So I do way better with people and animals than I do plants, which is very unfortunate because I love plants.
All right, let's go fit that. So that's going to be on the side. That'll tuck up on the one side. The other one goes over the top of it. Let's go fit this and see how it comes out. It's just bent like that.
The wood is not straight.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
I know. It's just frustrating because things should be straight.
Hey, Brian. The world is not straight.
Yeah, I know. Well, some people think it is. I think it's flat anyways.
You're not a flat earther, are you?
No.
There's something about the pitch of me clearing my throat freaks the dog out. Are you going to do that thing where you stick your tongue out?
Yeah. I can concentrate a lot better if I stick my tongue out.
And which direction do you look when you're thinking?
Up to the left. Rebecca's having one of those heat things.
Oh my goodness. I'm having a hot flash. I'm still having a hot flash. Okay.
The seasons change from winter to spring to fly season. It's not on the calendar, but fly season is definitely one of our major seasons here.
Yeah. Not working out very well. Getting stuck on something. Well, that was easy. Holy smacks. One down, 110 to go. Well, I could have said a hair under. I'm just joking. I really do know how to read a tape measure, but if I tell him I know how to read a tape measure, I'll have to do it all the time. So I just say, I don't know how. It's a big tick and 3 little ticks. It's on the red line, which I know are the stud marks, by the way.
What I really need, I need someone in the background making incessant noises. That always helps the project.
You're talking about me or the chainsaw?
The chainsaw.
You want to hold that up?
See, this is the one that was just supposed to go right up easy.
Yeah. Well, it is going to go up easy. Just got to...
after you make all these adjustments.
How'd that go?
That was easy. Nothing's ever easy. Nothing's ever easy. We do have some incessant noisemakers in the background. This is about day 5, 6. I'm not sure how many trees they need to cut down. They're very slow at it. Maybe they need to sharpen their chain. Maybe they're just running the motor and moving it back and forth. I'm not sure, but...
It's kind of like a never-ending saga, just doing repairs. I think for any house, really, but I think that might be a wrap because... So I'm using a very simple recipe that I found online. I've never made fireweed jelly before. A friend of ours gave some to us last year, and I am embarrassed to say that I lost it. Didn't even get a chance to try it, but I've been wanting to try it. So we just went and harvested some blossoms, and there's very few ingredients in this fireweed jelly. I don't know the difference between jellies and jams. Honestly, I'm not a jelly or jam maker, but I think it's jelly that we're making. So it takes blossoms, water, pectin. I'm using the Sure Gel for less or no sugar because I always decrease the amount of sugar in all my recipes just by nature, and sugar. And so that's the only ingredients that we need to do. So it took 8 cups of petals and 8 cups of water. And so it starts out looking really, really beautiful. The color is just a beautiful purple color. And then once it boils down to like the tea color, it's going to look very brown and kind of ugly looking. But then when we add the last ingredient is lemon juice. When we add a quarter cup of lemon juice, we'll put the recipe down in the comments, but When we add the lemon juice, then the pink color comes back. It becomes a really vibrant pink color is what the recipe says. Don't know. But this is my first time making it, so we're just going to see what happens. That should be the name of our channel, I think. So we're going to let it come to a boil, and then we'll simmer it for 10 minutes. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to turn this down to simmer for 10 minutes. These are brand new jars, so technically they should be sterile, but you want them the same temperature as the liquid that you're going to be putting into them, so I might as well go ahead and sterilize them while I'm here. I have these fancy jar tongs. I don't know how they work, so I gotta figure it out. I've seen people use them, but I've never used them myself. Let's see, I think, yeah, that's how they work. Like that. That's how they work.
A grabber?
It's a grabber. So
Yeah.
you don't burn your hands.
You grab it out of a hot pot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fireweed.
That's correct.
Fireweed jelly.
Okay. Jam, you call it?
I don't know if it's jam or jelly. I don't know what the difference is. Chunks of fruit is jam.
That's what I believe.
And jelly is all clear.
Right?
Right.
Chunky and fruit.
So if this doesn't come from a fruit, it's from a petal, it's probably jelly.
Probably jelly.
Okay. So this calls for 8 cups of sugar. I'm only doing half the amount because I don't do a lot of sugar in anything I eat. So I only do half the amount. I'm doing half the amount of sugar with this batch. And if it comes out less sweet than we want, then people can add a little bit of sugar on whatever it is they're eating. So this came out like a brown, kind of ugly looking tea color. We're gonna strain it, get the chunky stuff out. Oh, it smells good. I don't think it's gonna need all that sugar. Yes, it's a little bit hot. Not terribly hot, but it's a little bit hot. It's about the hotness that I like to wash my dishes. It should change back to a really bright pink when we put this in. At least that's what the Google said. So it's already changing. So they say the lemon juice, the acid in the lemon juice makes it turn pink. I gotta bring it back to a boil. And now I've got some sugar clumps and that pectin I have to dissolve. Have I mentioned I've never made jelly or jam before? I'm probably doing multiple things wrong, but it's all right. I don't know if that's supposed to be, I don't think that's supposed to be clumpy like that. Is that a fail? I don't think that's sugar. I think that's pectin.
Probably dissolve and get it.
Yeah, I think it will. Okay. So we're gonna let that boil.
Pull it up, show that again.
This here. It's part of the sugar pectin combination, and that's not dirt under my fingernail. That's from harvesting the flowers, just pulling them off the stalk. That's like a sugar pectin combination. I think that's going to dissolve when we bring it to a boil. These are brand new jars, and they should be clean. But so I'm sort of sterilizing them, but I'm also bringing them to the same temperature that my liquid is going to be, because when you put hot liquid into cold jars, they will crack. So you want hot jars, hot liquid, hot jars, or cold liquid, cold jars. So bringing them to the same temperature so that when I put the hot liquid in there, they won't crack. Oh, I messed it up. I was supposed to do the pectin and lemon juice, bring to a boil for a minute, and then add the sugar. I might have screwed it up. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it is getting thick, so I think I may not have screwed it up that bad. Tick tock, tick tock. I'm waiting for it to boil. Not boiling yet. So the pectin got all clumpy, and I did it wrong. So I was supposed to do the lemon juice and the pectin first, dissolve that, and then add the sugar, but I just added it all at the same time because I don't know what I'm doing, and it did not dissolve. But I think it's still going to be fine. I just had to strain out the pectin that did not dissolve. But it still got very thick, thickish. You know, I think it's going to be just fine. And I tasted it. It's really good. So I'm going to get rid of these clumpy pectin pieces, and then I'm going to ladle it into the jars. I don't know if you can see, but this is a really, really pretty pink color. But you should be able to see it when I get it in the jars. Are you supposed to wipe the tops with vinegar? No, because I did the... I guess this is how you do it. This is water bath it for 15 minutes. We'll see what happens. We should start getting some lids pop here in a minute as it cools down, and we'll let it cool and set, and we'll taste it tomorrow. There's one pop. What is that one? The fireweed jelly came out delicious. It has a very light, sweet flavor, and it's a beautiful color. As you can see, our guests that were visiting loved it so much that I'm down to just a little bit left in the jar. The best way that I found to enjoy it is on a piece of sourdough. You could use crackers or whatever. I put a little bit of cream cheese and some jelly on there. And delicious. Nice light sweet flavor. Remember, I only went half the amount of sugar that was recommended. It was perfect. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time when we do something else that is uniquely Alaskan. Thanks for watching.